Welcome to the Fantasy Scholars. Today we're going over 5 sleepers for the 2021 fantasy baseball season. Make sure to check out our first sleeper video. I'll leave a link to that in the description. First player is Alex Verdugo, the center fielder for the Boston Red Sox. He's only 24 years old and he came over in a trade with the Dodgers, part of the Mookie Betts trade, and he did really well in 2019. Now he had 343 at-bats, he hit 294, 12 home runs, 44 RBIs, and 4 stolen bases. In 2020, he only had 201 at-bats, but he hit 308, 6 home runs, 15 RBIs, and again, 4 stolen bases. Now, he is the starting center fielder for the Red Sox and is likely going to be hitting the leadoff. He's super young and has a lot of potential to be a really good center fielder. Now, he has great power potential, as we saw that in 2019 and 2020, which is a limited amount of at-bats. And he can hit for high average. I could see him hitting close to 300. And I think he has double-digit stolen base potential. Now, he only had 4 stolen bases in each of those seasons, but it was a pretty small sample size. So he could get up to 10, maybe 12 stolen bases. So I really liked Alex Verdugo in 2021. His average draft position is 128 in mixed leagues. I would reach as high as 122, maybe 121, because I really think he's a really solid option. AL only leagues, definitely go for him. In dynasty leagues, you got to be targeting this guy 100%, because I think he's going to be really good this season and for several seasons in the future. Next player is Andres Gimenez. Now, the shortstop, he's only 21 years old, and he came over part of the Francisco Lindor trade. And the most intriguing thing with him is the stolen bases. In 2020, he had 8 stolen bases. He only had 118 at-bats. He hit 263 with an on-base of 333, so that was pretty solid, considering he only hit 263. He had 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, but the 8 stolen bases make him really intriguing. You can get him super late. In mixed leagues, he's 238. You could probably even get him lower than that. And he's going to have a lot of upside for those stolen bases. In terms of average, maybe we can see him hitting 270. I think he's going to still hit, middle lineup for the Indians, so that's going to be pretty solid. And he has potential to be a guy you could just slot in, and he could do pretty well for you. And he's only 21 years old, again, so that's fantastic. Now, the next player we have is Carter Kieboom. Now, he has historically not been good at all in the majors. He's a career 181 hitter in the major leagues, which is really rough to say the least, but he was a top prospect for the Nationals, and he is the favorite to be the starting third baseman for them. So that is really somewhat appealing right there, and he is only 23 years old, but in Triple A, he had 412 at-bats. He hit 303, had an on-base of 409, with 16 home runs, 79 RBIs. So he still has a lot of potential to be a solid player. I don't think he's going to be a superstar or really great, but I think he'd be great, or, like solid to a good player. So I wouldn't expect too much from him, but you can get him super late in drafts, and he's really a low risk, high reward, because if he can get those power numbers up and get that average up and be starting almost every day for the Nationals, that would be huge. I do think that it's possible that he does go back down to Triple A, even though he's already shown what he could do in Triple A, but depending on what the Nationals are feeling with him, because he struggled so much so far in the major leagues, you never know what they're going to do. So I would just keep him on your radar right now, but he still is a very low-risk, high-reward type player. Next player is Ty France. Now, he's a second baseman for the Mariners, and I really like this guy because in 2020, he had 141 at-bats. He hit 305 with an on-base of 368. So that's really nice right there. And that his on-base plus slugging was 836 with 4 home runs and 23 RBIs. Now, he's going to be an everyday player for the Mariners, so that's really, really nice to see. He's going to be their starting second baseman. But in Triple A, he had 390 at-bats. He hit 372 with 32 home runs and had an on-base plus slugging of 1167. That is absolutely wild. So if he could get anywhere close to that, he is going to be a really good player, and you can get him at 351 in mixed leagues. So NL only, AL only, he is a bit more intriguing. But in mixed leagues, I would still definitely go for him. He's going to be a nice sleeper in 2020. And the last player is a really promising young rising player in Dylan Carlson. Now, you guys may know who he is. He's a center fielder for the Cardinals. He's only 22 years old, and has a lot of potential to be very good. In 2019, in the minor leagues, which was AA and AAA, he hit .294 with 26 home runs and 20 stolen bases. That's a lot of intriguing stats right there. I mean, he's got power and he's got speed. So when he was originally called up to the Cardinals, he didn't really perform too well, and they sent him back down. Now, when they sent him back down, he definitely worked on a lot of things, because when he came back up, he was much better. Like, his hard hit rate went from 33% to 60% when he was called back up. That is really, really impressive that it shot up that much, and he was hitting breaking balls a lot more. Now, in the playoffs for the Cardinals, he actually hit cleanup. He played in 3 games, and he hit cleanup for the Cardinals, which was like, wow. Because, I mean, this is a guy that was sent back down to the minors and came back up. And when he hit cleanup, he was 3 for 9 in the playoffs. So he hit .333, and he had 4 walks. So that was really nice to see, and he should be an everyday player for the Cardinals. They just traded Dexter Fowler, and Tyler O'Neill and Bader are not really going to be trying to take his job too much, because his defense, Dylan Carlson's defense, is elite. Like, he's an elite defender, so he should at least be in that lineup every day for his defense, and his average can creep up, and he can really explode into a really good player. His average draft position is 159 in mixed leagues. Definitely target him. And in NL only, you really have to target him. Dynasty, definitely 100% go after Dylan Carlson. Thank you all for watching. Let us know what other videos you want to see. If you want to see more sleeper videos, or maybe potential undervalued or overvalued players, just let us know, and we'll get to it. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys next time.